Hey guys, Devin Gridley, Allfather Fitness, and I got a new video for you guys today. And it came to me because apparently you guys really liked the video about how much muscle I could put on in 1 month. Unfortunately, that wasn't really like an educational video. It was more kind of a challenge, and then I wanted to make it so in 1 month you got to see how much progress I'm making and kind of relate it to yourself and see what you're able to do. So you guys obviously really liked it. I don't know how many views I got, but I got more views than I averagely would in a shorter amount of time. So obviously it was kind of popular, and it got me thinking, oh, I should do a video on how much muscle you can put on dependent upon what your genetics are like. And it kind of got me going down a little rabbit hole that I didn't really like, and it's something I never noticed in the fitness industry, and it's quite unfortunate because a lot of the people that I look up to and kind of aspire to be one day are people that were kind of complacent in this, and it's based around genetics. And big people like the biggest one and that I've seen, he puts out a lot of genetic content and explaining genetics, and if this person has good genetics, if this person has bad genetics, whatever. And it was Greg Doucette, and he's made tons of videos. I'm sure you've seen it, all the natty or nots. This person has good genetics, that person has good genetics. And it kind of made me realize, does everyone just have good genetics? Or is it more likely that instead of everyone just having specific genetics, like genetic limits, or like this person has bad genetics, this person has good genetics, and this person might have decent genetics, how is it like that instead of just everyone has good genetics? Everyone does, and in my opinion, and after doing as much research as I've done, every single person has good genetics in some capacity. Now, am I gonna say that if you train your ass off and you do everything right, 100% perfect, that you're gonna become Mr. Olympia? No, because that's unrealistic, and I think that's where they're coming from, that it's unrealistic to set goals like that. But I also think it's really unmotivating, which is sad because a lot of these people claim to want to motivate people to be their best self and go and do healthy things like going to the gym and working out, or doing cardio, losing weight and putting on muscle, basically. And yet they put out these videos saying this person has good genetics, this person has bad genetics. And I feel like if they put out videos like that, which Greg Doucette has one, and it like fits you into categories, basically. And if you go and watch that and you fall into the category that says you have bad genetics, I feel like that's really unmotivating, and it would kind of push you more to just kind of neglect your fitness and healthy lifestyle that you could have had. And I just feel like that's really wrong. Instead of looking at it like, oh, I have good genetics, I should go and do this, or I have bad genetics, so there's no point in me even trying to do this. I feel like just not that's not what we're about, not what a lot of fitness people are about, myself especially, because I want people to be their best. I want people to do their best. And maybe you won't be Mr. Olympia if that's what you're going for, and since I'm a fitness channel, it's obviously what I'm gonna be kind of like aiming it towards. But it could be anything. You could be a gold medalist in the Olympics. You could be in the UFC as a mixed martial artist. You could do anything like that, and you could be hit the pro level. But I just feel like it, instead of saying that you have bad genetics, you have good genetics, everyone has good genetics, and that's a fact. Everyone has good genetics in some capacity. Now, I might not be Mr. Olympia, but I'm a super fast runner, and I'm also really good at MMA, so I could have better genetics in that specific category. But what I really want to hit home is that just because you might have bad genetics doesn't mean that you should not go after what you want to do. If you want to be a bodybuilder, then go and do it. Just because you have bad genetics shouldn't stop you from doing that. And I would hope it wouldn't. I'd hope you just say, fuck that, and then go and do it anyways. But a lot of people aren't built like that. They don't have the mentality of, this person said I can't do this, so I'm going to go and do it 2 times as better than they originally said. And I just really, really want to hit home and say that do what you want to do, no matter what anybody says, no matter you have good genetics, bad genetics, it doesn't matter. It applies to anything. Do what you want to do. So if you want to be Mr. Olympia, go and fucking do it. there's no point in not trying, because when you look back at a lot of stories, and the biggest one, if you don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you do, I'm sure plenty of people know him, but his story in bodybuilding, 14 years old, lived in Austria, and he started bodybuilding. Do you think he knew whether or not he had good genetics or not? He just was like, "Hey, I think I have good genetics. I'm going to be the Mr. Olympia." No, he didn't do that. He said, "I want to be the Mr. Olympia," and guess what he went and did? He became the Mr. Olympia. And a lot of people don't know this, but Arnold, he's looked at as one of the best that's ever lived in the bodybuilding sport, and that's true. He is. And if you go and actually look at his physique, he has fantastic muscle symmetry. He has fantastic muscle mass. A lot of people don't realize this though, and it's that Arnold only had a 4-pack. He didn't have a 6-pack. He didn't have an 8-pack. He had a 4-pack. He had bad genetics in that part, and there was, I believe, 1 or 2 years he actually lost to Frank Zane because Frank Zane had better ab genetics. Arnold had more mass and symmetry than Frank Zane, and Arnold is looked at as one of the best that's ever lived, but Frank Zane was able to win those few years just because of that. And what Arnold realized is that because I have what he doesn't have, he has better ab genetics, I do not, I need to kind of build upon what I have good in my genetics, which was his chest. Arnold has the best chest that's ever existed, and it's looked like that, or it's looked as that to this day. It's just, if you go and look at it, it's mind-boggling how amazing his chest was before he won the Mr. Olympia, after he won it, in his prime. He just always had a great chest. Frank Zane might have had better abs, but Arnold had a better chest. And because he was able to build upon that so much and just he was so motivated in doing that, he was able to beat Frank Zane and go on to win Mr. Olympia again a few more times. So just because you have something wrong like that, you have a 4-pack, or you have shitty upper body strength like I do. I have really bad upper body strength. That shouldn't demotivate you to go and do something that you want to do. Now, I don't aspire to be the Mr. Olympia. I don't even aspire to do bodybuilding in general, actually. I'll probably do some shows as a hobby, but it's not something I like aspire to go and do. I aspire to inspire people like you. I want people to be their best in whatever they want to do, whether it's playing a specific sport or just going to the gym or wanting to live healthier. I want people to live their best life, and I want them to do it in the most efficient and fast way possible, because life, you only get it one time. Many people say it, but I don't think a lot of people really capitalize on the fact that you really only get to live one time. So why wouldn't you go and do what you want to do, what you love to do, what you're passionate about? And it's really sad to see that a lot of people that try to motivate you to do better actually kind of put you down in the process. I don't at all believe that that's what they were trying to do. They're just trying to inform you about certain things, but in a way it does demotivate you in some capacity, and I wish it wasn't that way. It is, and you can't change that. But I just want to say one more time, if you have bad genetics, who the fuck cares? Go and do what you want to do. You want to be Mr. Olympia? Go and try your best and be a Mr. Olympia. You'll probably be IFBB Pro, because a lot of people don't even really try to go and do that, you know? It's so easy to be successful nowadays because so many people stop trying to be successful. If you just persevere through that, you're going to be successful no matter what you do, whether it's a sport, whether it's your job, whether it's just life in general, whatever you pick, you persevere through it. It doesn't matter what handicaps you have, whether you have bad genetics, you have some heart disease, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to run 3-minute mile, if you keep trying and go and do it, you're going to eventually do it. And it might take you longer than some people. They might have better genetics than you, but one day you're going to be able to do it if you practice hard enough and long enough. And yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. I want people to live their best life. I want them to be effective in life. I want them to work hard for what they want. And I don't want people to be demotivated by something as stupid as I have bad genetics, so I shouldn't even try to do this. At least try it. See how you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Go and do something else. If you love it, but you always have that thing in your head like, oh, I have bad genetics. I can't ever be the best. I can't ever be an IFBB Pro, whatever. Fuck that. Go and do it. Go and do it. Be the proof that something like bad genetics can't keep you down from doing something like that. And maybe in 10, 15 years, there will be a guy like that. And maybe he'll actually say, hey, there was this one time I watched that video. I watched a video about bad genetics and good genetics, and I watched it, and it said I had bad genetics. But one time I watched this motivational video, this video right here, and this guy convinced me to just say fuck it and go for it, and he ended up being a pro. That would be the best thing ever. It only need to happen one person. That's what these videos are about. I just want to be able to help even one person. One person can make a huge difference in the world, and a lot of people don't really recognize that. But that's all I really got to say for this video. I'll have the next one out in probably 2-3 days. I want to try and get one done on Saturday and Sunday, and one of them is going to be another fake pill that I found on Instagram, so stay tuned for that one, kind of like the Sarah's Discovery one. I'm sure plenty of people who are subbed to me have watched that. It's my most popular video by far. And then the other one, I believe I'm doing a apple cider vinegar video, which a lot of people have questions about, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. If this video kind of helped you, please say so down in the comments. It would mean the world to me. And if it did help you, please like and subscribe to the video. That would also mean the world to me. It helps a tremendous amount. And I've been really shooting up the ranks in how many subs and likes and stuff I've been getting. I've even noticed that a lot of my videos just on average have been getting more views, which I guess makes sense since my sub count is going up. But yeah, I would really appreciate it. And watch the videos that are going to be on this side. And that's all I got for you. So I'll see you in the next one.